I do not want to interrupt, but I think our priority should be to find Cornelia. I doubt our Mother Cardinal is aware of the Inquisition's actions. She will certainly want to put an end to it all to appease the natives. Whereas, a frontal assault led by Deirdre and her men would only rekindle the conflict. And Cornelia would certainly take umbrage at an intervention of the congregation without even informing her of the situation.
Сообщить предстоятельнице о готовящемся штурме. Да знала она, поди все. Научная экспедиция.
Your Eminence, I salute you.
Sir de Sardet, what can I do for you?
Поговорить о бастионе Ордена Света.
I have come to inform you of the existence of a secret camp created by the Inquisitors of the Ordo Luminis. From what we know, they abduct natives and take them there to torture them and convert them by force. And those who refuse to renounce their faith, despite their suffering, are shot in cold blood.
How does the Inquisition still dare to take action? You'd think that what happened to them because of their overzealous ways would have taught them a lesson. In any case, if the natives came to you to complain, we must intervene.
In that case, we should act fast, Your Eminence, because one of these native clans is getting ready for an assault. They managed to find the camp and are gathering their troops.
I implore you to dissuade them, Your Excellency. It is our duty to fix this situation. I wouldn't want the natives to think that we were letting them suffer without doing anything. Since you seem to know all the details of this matter, will you agree to lead my troops?
You want me to lead the offensive on this bastion of the Inquisition?
Yes. Of course, you would be leading a troop of guards, which I will immediately put at your disposal. Go to the barracks and show this mandate to the quartermaster. He will ensure that you are provided with the men you need. As for me, I pray the Enlightened will guide you in this terrible task.
Казармы надо, да?
And what can I do for you?
Показать приказ предстоятельницы.
Here. The Mother Cardinal gave me this mandate for you to supply me with some troops.
Everything looks perfectly in order. May I ask you what this is about?
Some members of the Ordo Luminis built a camp to convert the natives by force. Her Eminence wishes to put an end to what could lead to a war between Thélème and the natives.
I see. It was high time someone put an end to the dangerous zealousness of these Inquisitors. I will order the men I have here to assemble in the courtyard. And do not worry. I will send you my best. I just
Привет.
need to explain the mission to them, and they'll be on their way. And soldiers, the Mother Cardinal is sending you to fight under the orders of His Excellency de Sardet. You will have to put an end to the crimes committed by the Inquisition in a nearby fort. I expect you to obey the orders of His Excellency without question. For Thélème, for the Guard, fight with honor!
Comrades, pack your bags. We're leaving at once.
Fight with honor!
For the coin and the enlightened. Our men are ready, Your Excellency. They're awaiting your orders.
Perfect. Our objective is located beyond this cliff. The Inquisitors are not expecting us. We have the element of surprise. Let's make good use of it.
Understood, Your Excellency. We'll be discreet.
Let's find a vantage point to get a better overview of this fort.
Here it is. The Mad Inquisitor's fort.
There's no turning back. I hope that you're all ready. Most of their troops seem to be outside, as if they sense we are coming. The prisoners are most likely inside, in some basement perhaps. And it seems as if there are some in the right wing as well.
Most of the fighting will take place outside. The priests are at a disadvantage in confined spaces.
We must strike quickly if we want to make good use of the element of surprise.
What are your orders, Your Excellency?
We are behind the camp where there are fewer guards. Getting inside will prove less troublesome from this side. We will conduct 2 near simultaneous assaults. The first larger group will attack from the front to cause chaos in the enemy ranks. As for me, my companions and I will get inside the building from the back and sneak into the basement. We will set as many prisoners free as we can and use the opportunity to search the building. Once you have eliminated the troops in front of the building, focus on the right wing.
At your orders. Should we keep a few men here to catch any potential runners?
Indeed, an excellent suggestion. Are you ready for the assault?
We're ready, Your Excellency.
In that case, conduct the assault as soon as you're in position.
Как же долго они пиздят. Вообще тупые.
Let's hurry and reach the prisoners before the Inquisitors kill them all. We intervene quickly, thank you. Let's find the keys to these cells. Locked. I don't have the key.
Журнал учета пленников. Здесь содержится краткое описание пленников с их приблизительным возрастом, без имен, но с указанием методов, которые к ним применялись. Также отмечено, уверовали ли они или вернулись к свету. Последних намного больше, чем первых.
Locked. Wait here for now. We're still fighting outside.
БДСМ комнатка. Чуваку как бы похуй вообще. Похер продадим. Так, это что такое? Список инквизиторов, допущенных в секретный лагерь. В тетради, предназначенной, скорее всего, для стражей, перечислены имена всех инквизиторов, имеющих право на посещение секретного лагеря. Среди прочих указано имя отца Клавдиуса. Остальные имена вам неизвестны, но предстоятельница Корнелия наверняка ими заинтересуется. Что вы такие конченые-то на проходе стоите? Что за хуета была?
I think that was the last of the Inquisitors. The fort is safe now.
Учетная книга Ордена Света. Здесь перечислены все расходы Ордена Света, в том числе расходы на организацию и содержание секретного лагеря.
We're done here. Let's lend a hand to our allies outside, as there are still some prisoners there. These prisoners have been dead for days. There's no one left to set free. Let's get out of here. How did the battle go for you?
Your plan was successful, Your Excellency. We won a resounding victory.
Congratulations. And we were able to set the prisoners free. They were completely exhausted, but alive. I would like for you to escort them to the closest village.
At your command, Your Excellency.
Once this is done, you can return to your garrison. And do not worry, the Mother Cardinal will be informed of your valor in combat. Your Eminence, I salute you.
Sir de Sardet, what can I do for you?
Поговорите о нападении на бастион Ордена Света.
We managed to dismantle the Ordo Luminis' camp, Your Eminence. And while we were there, we gathered proof of their exactions.
Those wretched fools! How dare they challenge me a second time? I will make sure that a decree is published so that their order is now forbidden on this island.
The guards served you well, and bravely followed your orders.
They will be thanked and rewarded for it. But it is to you, Your Excellency, that I express my deepest gratitude. Without your intervention, Thélème as a whole would have appeared as a monster in the eyes of the islanders.
It was my pleasure, Mother Cardinal.
Так, симпатия Телема.
What do you seek?
Упомянуть о конфликте с красными солнцами.
I have come to tell you that we have taken care of the Inquisitors and set the camp's prisoners free.
You thought we weren't capable of fighting the Soul Lesser and of freeing our people?
That's not it. I thought it was my duty to inform the woman who represents Thélème here of the situation. She's the commander of the Soul Lesser, and she was furious when she heard about their actions. She made a point of punishing them herself, and of having your people set free as a token of good faith.
I understand. She's proven a respectable queen. And you have proven an ally. I thank you for your help on Almanawi. From now on, you have our gratitude and our trust. From this day forward, you are a Garant of our clan. Anything more?
I need to be going.
What will I say?
Oh, there you are, Your Excellency. The Enlightened has heard my prayers.
What's going on? Where are the others?
After deciphering the content of the tablets, They went north to continue their research in some swamps. But they must have encountered problems. Brother Fidelis came back here, and he was in a dreadful state. He most likely came to seek help, but he fainted. It's impossible for us to know what happened to them.
I'm not a doctor, but I may be able to examine him.
Oh, please do. Any help would be appreciated. We've done our best, but our magic has proved inefficient. And the healer we sent for will certainly arrive too late from San Mateus.
This man is burning up with fever, and he bears several bite marks and traces of blows.
The blows did not put him in this state. He looks like a victim of poisoning. With the right antidote, I think we could get him back on his feet.
Have you tried giving him any anti-poison?
Of course, but to no avail. And what if it were a hex cast by the heretics?
No matter what happens, you always suspect them. This man was in the swamp. We know it's home to many creatures that we have a poor knowledge of. But local healers will certainly know which antidote to use. We could ask Lair. He will direct us to someone who understands remedies.
Onol Manawi, you've come back to see old Lair. I heard that you managed to retrieve the tablets.
Did Vindwal tell you?
Yes, and I feel more at peace, knowing that our brothers are alive, and that they will be able to join another clan. And you proved me right. Peace with the Renaigse is possible.
Спросить, кто бы мог вылечить Фиделиса.
I need your advice. You may already know that one of the researchers came back wounded from the expedition.
I heard about it.
He has all the symptoms of a poisoning, but the anti-poisons we gave him had no effect. He must have been bitten by a creature of the swamp, and we're looking for a healer who would know of a suitable antidote.
So, you came to see me. Interesting. Our neighbors did not
Привет.
think for one moment that we could be helpful. Alas, our Donegat is one of the exiles. But Vindwal knows plants well. She will know.
Thank you. I will go see her. I hope she agrees to help us. I have to go.
Like so many others.
Here you are again. What do you want?
Попросить противоядие для Фиделиса.
I have come to ask for your help. Lair told me you know about remedies.
I do know a few of them. I have learned about plants. I used to want to become a Donegat.
One of the researchers came back wounded from the expedition. Apparently he was bitten by a creature of the swamp.
And now he has the Llewellyn fever. We have a good knowledge about this affliction. He will die if he does not receive proper treatment.
Do you know which antidote should be given to him?
Yes. These priests are idiots. They could have asked for our help, but they treat us like children. You are different. And you have allowed my son to join a new clan. So, I will give you the potion to cure the priest. Wait a moment. Make him drink this remedy and he'll get better.
Thank you, Vindwal.
Быстро.
Where am I?
You are in Eden. You're safe.
Was I unconscious for a long time? The other members of the expedition, they are in danger. The swamp is so hostile. We weren't prepared for it. Some of our people have disappeared.
What caused these wounds?
A nightmarish creature. The swamp is full of them. A colleague and I had left to fetch some help when we were attacked. I managed to run away, but I don't know what happened to him. As for those who are at the camp, you must go help them.
Show me the location of your colleagues on the map. I will join them.
There. Please, hurry.
Thank you. You should rest now. I do not remember there being a path in this place the last time we came.
You're perfectly right, my child. This passage must have been cleared by the expedition. We should follow it.
Трупак.
Was bring you to the place suggested by the tablets. I had no way of knowing.
Really? But Hey, what's happening here? I could hear you from miles away.
Your Excellency, I'm so happy to see you. You arrived right on time to settle this matter.
How did you manage to find us in the middle of this swamp?
Brother Fidelis managed to reach Eden. He's the one who told us where your camp was.
But he didn't leave alone. What happened to Father Orbricus, who was accompanying him?
He must be dead, like our other companions. This is all your fault. This is yet more proof that you are not fit to lead such a team. I should be the one in charge.
Maybe you should calm down and explain to me what's happening here.
This expedition was undertaken with no concern for common sense. We are not equipped to explore this type of place. Our people are disappearing, and all we have found are some falsified writings.
Brother Virgil is terrified, which probably explains why he is being so disingenuous. We have made incredible discoveries, and we could find more.
You are beyond redemption. I won't waste another second talking to you. If you want to talk to me, Your Excellency, it will have to be without her.
How charming.
Your Excellency, I hope you will forgive us for that scene. My relations with Virgil have always been difficult, but ever since we arrived here, it has been unbearable. I'm afraid we may need an arbiter.
Before anything else, I need to know what led to this situation between you.
What would you like to know?
Спросите о причинах ссоры.
For what reason were you quarreling?
The expedition itself, I'm afraid. Virgil was always against it, especially under my supervision. For him, our discoveries in Eden were sufficient. They confirmed what he wanted. The rest did not matter. According to him, we should never have continued. And when we found new tablets, it became even worse.
Were they also written by Saint Matthias?
Without a doubt. The handwriting is the same. There are also some patterns, some islander symbols. It's fascinating. But what really angers Virgil is the content we managed to decipher. Our founder explains that he learned a lot from the islanders, something our brother cannot accept. He now persists in saying that these tablets are fake, forged by the natives themselves.
Спросите о пропавших членах экспедиции.
Brother Fidelis told me that several members of the expedition have disappeared.
Yes, that's why he left along with Father Orbricus to fetch some help. 3 more of our colleagues are missing. And I'm not even talking about the ones who fell ill. I must admit that I underestimated the hardships we would encounter. I made a mistake. I should have prepared this expedition more thoroughly. But Virgil's being disingenuous does not help.
And no one has searched for those who are missing.
I wanted us to search for them, but someone later convinced me that it presented too much of a risk. Along with lack of preparation, our constantly decreasing number, and creatures swarming the area.
And by someone, I suppose you mean Brother Virgil.
Indeed.
I'm thankful for these pieces of information, but you understand that I will also have to talk to Brother Virgil.
Of course, that's understandable. You must hear us both before you can make a decision.
Brother Virgil,
What do you want?
Спросите о причинах их ссоры.
can you explain to me what caused such a quarrel?
The reason for it is very simple. It is Eugenia's folly. This woman should never have been the supervisor of our team. The discoveries made in Eden were sufficient, but no. She didn't want to stop the research. She organized this expedition in a hurry, without taking elementary precautions, and now she's accepting as facts the delirious writings we discovered on these tablets, without doubting them for even 1 second.
What do you mean?
We found some new tablets, allegedly written by Saint Matthias, but their content is so absurd that they were obviously forged. I am certain that the natives must have found these stones before us and modified their content.
How would they have done that? The natives cannot write.
They must have been helped by an unscrupulous settler. How would I know?
Каменные таблички, как в готике. Спросите о пропавших членах экспедиции.
Brother Fidelis told me that some of your colleagues went missing. Do you know anything about this?
They did not go missing. They were killed. It was the wild beasts, the diseases, and let's not forget the savages. We can feel their presence, roaming around the camp at night. I am certain that they are responsible for the death of our colleagues.
That's strange. There aren't many villages around here. We have been in this region before, and the only native we met was a little insane but would have been incapable of killing several priests.
Those savages may very well have been following us since our departure. We will not be safe on this island until it is entirely converted.
I see. So, you haven't tried to find your colleagues?
So we can die as well. I am not as crazy as Sister Eugenia.
I cannot take sides in your quarrel for now. And, in any case, it is not what matters the most. Even if you think they are dead, we have to try finding your colleagues.
Well, if you are prepared to take such a risk, I can only commend you for your bravery and wish you luck. But I would not get my hopes up. You should start by searching the excavation site. To get there, take the path south of here. But be careful. The creatures that roam the area are ruthless.
Я сам как кровожадная тварь.
This man's skull is sunken, but he doesn't look like he was in a fight. Could he have fallen?
That is unlikely. Look, my child. The wound is located at the back of the skull. I regret to say that, in my opinion, he was struck from behind. With a mace, most likely.
Блин, везде науку 2 надо.
This poor soul was almost entirely devoured. He must have been killed by swamp animals. Even so, this wound looks different from the others. It looks like a knife wound.
Alas, anyone could have stabbed this priest. Both natives and priests carry knives.
This poor soul was almost entirely devoured. He must have been killed by swamp animals. Even so, this wound looks different from the others. It looks like a knife wound.
Alas, anyone could have stabbed this priest. Both natives and priests carry knives.
These fang marks are impressive. The poor man didn't have a chance. He must have been attacked by a large reptile, most likely a Llewellyn. But what was he doing alone so far from camp? It seems obvious now that these disappearances were orchestrated.
All these disguised deaths, these abject crimes. The natives can be violent, but they are not deceitful. I'm afraid that Brother Virgil may have found a way to take control of the expedition. He should be judged for it.
Indeed. I think that we should go find this brother and ask for an explanation. Brother Virgil.
Your Excellency! Weren't you supposed to be looking for our colleagues?
Indeed.
Обвините его в убийстве исследователей.
I regret to say that they are indeed all dead.
I knew it. What a waste. Eugenia and her recklessness are to blame for this.
I'm afraid someone else is responsible for this. These deaths are not accidental, and yet they were disguised as such.
The savages! Their thirst for blood is unquenchable. I knew we should never have come without an escort.
Oh, Virgil, would you please stop taking us for fools? The natives had no hand in this.
Who else could it be?
Someone who desperately wanted this expedition to fail. Does that remind you of anyone?
Fine. You unmasked me. But know that my cause is righteous. The Ordo Luminis sent me to keep an eye on this expedition, to ensure that the discoveries we made would not jeopardize our nation or our presence on this island. But the inscriptions on the tablets are a heresy, a dangerous manipulation. Can you imagine what would happen if it was said that our founder listened to the teachings of the natives? But even then, foolish Eugenia accepted these discoveries as truth, without any hesitation, without realizing that our entire nation could suffer because of it. So yes, I wanted to scare her.
I understand that you might want to protect your nation, but to go as far as assassinating several of your colleagues.
Come now. What would you do if someone were threatening the congregation? You cannot make me believe that you would not be willing to kill. You may have already done so. But since you want to avoid using violence, help me convince Eugenia to go back to Eden. My colleagues and I know how to sort through these discoveries. And you will be rewarded, of course.
It is undeniable that these discoveries could cause a great upset in Taleme. But he has no right to decide what should be revealed or not. On this island, Cornelia should be the one to decide. Be careful with your accusations, though. Eugenia and her colleagues are on edge. We wouldn't want them to start killing each other.
Разоблачить его перед всеми.
It seems to me that all members of this expedition are concerned. They should decide on what to do next. Everybody listen. Alas, I must inform you that I have found the dead bodies of your missing colleagues.
How awful. What happened to them?
Someone wanted us to believe that they were killed by some swamp animals, but it was all staged. Your colleagues were murdered, and their bodies abandoned to the creatures.
What? But why do such a thing? And who murdered them?
Brother Virgil confessed to his crimes in front of me.
Monster! You will pay for these crimes. These people you killed were our brothers, our friends.
You stupid goose. You really believe that I will let you pass judgment on me? You shouldn't have been so quick to accept these lies that could destroy our nation. And want to reveal them for all to hear. You are solely responsible for these deaths.
How dare you present yourself as the protector of our nation? Murderer!
May the enlightened protect me in this battle! May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Come and fight! Unite!
Весь в воздухе. А это что? Пофигу.
I'm sorry, sister. Brother Virgil fled during the battle.
The coward. And naturally, his accomplices fled along with him. What a waste. So many people died.
Perhaps I shouldn't have revealed his crimes in front of everyone, but I thought it was the best way of ensuring he would be judged.
Considering how high tensions have been these last few days, a fight was inevitable, alas. But you did what you thought was fair. Here, take this, as a token of gratitude for shedding light on these dismal events. Alas, we will have to go back to Eden as well. There are too few of us to continue the research.
Were you hoping to discover more?
Of course. This place was but a single step in St. Matthias's journey. The last tablets speak of a journey northbound, further up in the swamp. But even if Virgil is no longer a threat, we are not sufficiently well equipped to go there.
We could go there for you if you wish. You just have to tell us where to look.
That would be marvelous. Of course, you would have to start from the excavation site where he wrote this. I think I noticed a path going north when I was there, actually. Look for any traces of life. Perhaps you will be lucky enough to find more of his writings. That would be fantastic.
Don't worry. I will conduct this research and come find you here if I uncover anything.
May the enlightened help
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Вы лучше бейте его, не пиздите. Жертвенный меч. Так, проход открыт.
Hermits often choose places like this when they want to live away from the world.
Someone lived here. No doubt about it. We'll have to turn the place upside down.
Сюда.
Protect me in this battle!
Перевернуть все вверх дном. Найти этих ублюдков.
These murals are magnificent. If St. Matthias did come here, this is where he must have settled.
Let's take a closer look at these paintings. We may learn something from them. This mural is very ancient. It depicts an old man dressed as a priest getting his face painted by a masked native. This mural depicts an old man praying in front of a face in the mountain. He's holding a rosary. Saint Matthias. Praying to Enon Miel Frictiman. I don't know these glyphs, but these spirals are native symbols. There are some words in our ancient language next to them. The light and the earth are the two faces of a same power. It's impossible to know if this is a translation or another sentence. But this is a message that would seriously displease the Inquisitors. Engraved tablets. They resemble the ones we recovered in Eden. We should take them with us. The researchers would be delighted to study them. There are some native symbols here, and some letters I recognize, as if someone had tried to write in the native language using our alphabet. Men duis dat, enon mil frictamen. This is incredible. Saint Matthias would have known about the spirit of the island and would have prayed to him. It looks like a chaplet made of pewter. It's rather basic, but it was made a long time ago, and it undeniably comes from the continent.
This is incredible. Saint Matthias is often depicted or described as using a similar chaplet. Oh, I feel so lucky to be here, in this cavern where our founder lived. I don't know if you realize the importance of what we've just discovered. Saint Matthias, the founder of Ptolemy, finished his life worshipping the islanders' god. This is so incredible. Although it will cause a huge upset for our nation, our cult, and our relations with the natives.
I wonder what I should do with these relics. Eugenia probably didn't imagine that Saint Matthias lived his life in a way that's so different from what they advocate. As for Virgil, he wasn't wrong. Such a revelation will certainly cause a schism in Ptolemy.
To think these old things could cause a civil war. Or long-lasting peace with the natives. It is a serious responsibility to decide what to do with them. But it isn't ours. Their saint, their decision.
I already took sides in their quarrel. If I change my mind, I'm afraid that it might be seen as treason. I'll think about it on the way there. Let's go back to the researchers' camp.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle! To my help!
Ритуальная броня из Сан-Матеуса. На воина все.
So, did you find anything? Or do you need my help?
Доложите о своих открытиях.
We discovered a cave that was inhabited a long time ago by a whole group of people, mostly natives, who had obviously created a sacred site, as the place was guarded by a creature.
And have you found traces of our holy founder? New relics? Perhaps some tablets?
There were also frescoes on the site, representing Saint Matthias.
Frescoes? Tell me more. This is fascinating.
He was shown having his face painted by a native. On the other, he prayed to a god of the mountain.
You can't be serious. You mean to say that our saint converted to the cult of the islanders?
That is what emerges from our findings, yes. Other objects that I was able to bring back also point in this direction. Look, there are inscriptions. These tablets and also this chaplet.
This chaplet? I cannot believe it. It is so... Excuse me. I cannot find the words to express how I feel. You must come with me. We must go and present all these discoveries to the Mother Cardinal. You realize our entire dogma will have to change. So far, anyone who wanted to question it would have burned their fingers. Literally, alas.
And you think that this time they'll listen?
We have solid proof. All this evidence. With your support, we will convince her to reveal the truth.
I see. I will do my best to help you.
It seems we are arriving right on time. You did well to warn us, Brother Virgil.
Virgil? How did you know?
I'm afraid that your Excellency's lies weren't very convincing.
We were informed of your discoveries and of the danger they represent. We demand that you hand them over to us immediately, so that they can be destroyed.
How can you even suggest the destruction of relics written by the hand of our founder?
Out of love for our dogma, for our faith, and for our nation. But since you refuse to comply with our orders, you leave us no choice.
Death to the heretics!
Maybe enlightenment won't help me in this battle.
To my hand! And death to the others! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
I cannot believe that I just fought my own brothers in faith. The fact that the Inquisition is after us is very disturbing, Excellency.
We would do well to hasten to San Mateus. They will not dare to attack you there. Even if these men were the last forces that the Inquisition could send us.
You are right. All this proves is that I will not succeed without your help. There is a risk that the Mother Cardinal will also reject our discoveries.
Fortunately, we have some leverage over this, dear Cornelia. And if you will allow me to attend the hearing, I would be delighted to support you.
Your help will be precious to us, Father. In any case, we must present our research to Mother Cardinal as soon as possible. I will study the tablets one last time to make sure I know all their content. And I will meet you at the palace in San Mateus to plead our case.
Understood. See you soon, Sister Eugenia. Be careful.
Ah, Your Excellency. We were eagerly awaiting your arrival. Sister Eugenia was just recounting me the tale of your achievements and telling me about the incredible discoveries you've made.
These relics shed a new light on the last years of our founder. It all demonstrates that he hadn't evangelized the islanders, but, on the contrary, he would even have adopted some of their rituals, merging the cult of the enlightened and the cult of nature in a single dogma.
These discoveries, if they can be verified, are extraordinary. But they also represent a great upheaval that could harm our nation. We must first verify their authenticity. You are the only ones who entered this cave. Could what you have witnessed been a falsification?
Поговорить о пещере.
The cavern we discovered is located in a very remote place. There is no islander village nearby. It contains some ruined dwellings, but clearly no one has lived there for a very long time. Fraudsters would inevitably have left traces of their passage, and we have not found any.
Охранители.
The entrance to the cave was protected by one of those giant creatures that the natives call a Nardaig. These guardians usually protect sacred places and let no one enter without a fight. I had to kill this beast, which leads me to think that nobody had entered the cave for a very long time.
О рисунках и реликвиях.
We discovered ancient frescoes on the walls of the cave. They represent Saint Mateus without a doubt. He is depicted with his chaplet. In one, he is praying for the divinity of the island. In the other, his face was being painted by a native. I understand how shocking these discoveries are, but their antiquity proves that they are genuine.
The tablets found at the site, however, attest that our founder had not abandoned the cult of the enlightened. He simply saw it as two different reflections of the same divine power.
The relics could be authentic, Your Excellency, but we only have your word to convince us. The political and religious impact of these discoveries will be unprecedented. We risk schism, civil war, and who is to say that this is not a plan to weaken us?
Предложите посетить пещеру лично.
I understand your doubts, Your Eminence, but you yourself asked me to conduct the investigation. It seems to me that the best way to address this matter would be for you to go to the place yourself. Then you will see that what I have described to you is true.
I suppose you would not suggest such a thing if you had lied to me. But you are right. I need to see for myself what secrets this place hides.
Говорите о нападениях Ордена Света.
I would also like to inform you that a member of the Ordo Luminous was part of the expedition. He tried several times to sabotage it, even killing many of his colleagues for it, and finally attacked us as we were preparing to join San Mateus.
Who'd have thought that the remaining members of the Order would go to such extremes? But I fear these attacks are just a reflection of what will happen if your discoveries are made public.
Your Eminence, we are faced with a crucial choice for our nation. What does a man of faith do in such a dilemma? He prays and places his trust in the one who came before him and has shown more wisdom. Saint Mateus shows us a new way. If we are believers, can we really turn our backs on him?
You surprise me, Petrus. You who are always so political, yet your words seem sincere. You give me something to think about. Thank you. Does anyone wish to add anything?
Упомянуть об откровениях святого Люциуса.
I understand your doubts about the future that will inevitably be caused by such a revelation. You hesitate just as St. Lucius did to tell us about the journey of his master. Yet he revealed what he knew, and his words still guide Teleme today.
Thank you for your testimony. I will now retire to think about everything and make my decision. After careful consideration, I have decided that it is my duty to reveal your discoveries to the world. It will take years for our theologians to study all of this, but our dogma must follow the path opened by Saint Mateus.
Thank you, Your Eminence. I would be delighted to help with the study of these relics.
I don't doubt it, my dear. And I would like you to take me to see this cave. I look forward to worshipping at the place where our holy founder ended his days. As for you, Your Excellency, I thank you for the help you have given us. Your sincere insight has encouraged me to make this difficult decision.
It was my pleasure.
Let me also thank you, Your Excellency. Without you, we would still be in the shadows.
The valley is vast. We should get to a vantage point if we want to find this expedition.
Блин, а он здесь пройдет? Да забейте.
Over there. Tents. This must be the expedition's camp.
A camp here, in the open wind. It was definitely set up by scholars.
Signs of combat. They were attacked. By the look of the tents and the campfire, it dates back several days. It seems they were taken prisoner. I don't see any bodies. This looks like scientific equipment. This must be the Lost Expedition's campsite. No weapon leaves this sort of marking. Perhaps they were wielding magic.
Magic is the miracle of the enlightened. This bears resemblance with the sorcery of the natives.
Not surprising. But not enough to help us locate precisely where the scholars are now.
Молодец.
This is the consequence of the tragic and disgusting practices of the bridge. Every native in their territory has revolted. We cannot know which particular clan is guilty.
Записки руководителя экспедиции. Корнеплод состоит из плотных и жестких тканей, Издает резкий запах. Некоторые животные на наших глазах поедали такие корнеплоды без каких-либо заметных последствий, следовательно, растение съедобно. Для окончательного вывода необходимо провести лабораторные исследования. Альфра перенесла свою палатку за пределы лагеря. Говорит, что наша болтовня мешает ей сосредоточиться. Очень способная молодая особа, но я теперь понимаю, почему профессор ее прогнал. Характер у нее скверный. Этот вид птиц широко представлен в долине. Очень любопытные создания. Они подходят так близко, что до них можно дотронуться. Вероятно, островитяне на них не охотятся, иначе они ввели бы себя осторожнее. Тем не менее, мясо у них вкусное. Возможно, запрет на охоту как-то связан с местными верованиями. Могу предположить, что наивные дикари обожествляют этих птиц.
This looks like the journal of a naturalist. There are sketches of flora and fauna. There is no doubt. We are definitely on the trail of the lost expedition. It seems that one of the team kept a distance from the others. Let's see what we can discover. A trail of blood. That cannot be good. Follow it. More blood. We're on the right path. Keep going.
Maybe you can protect me in this battle. Things are about to get messy.
Раздувало всех наших.
Corpse. The clothes cannot be mistaken. It is a scholar of the Bridge Alliance. From the looks of him, I would say he's been dead for days, as we already thought. This isn't the woman whose journal we found. There is still a chance that she remains alive.
This man was unarmed. And from the position of his body, I would say he was fleeing. It is not honor that motivates them. Maybe it was vengeance.
I'll search the body. We might find something to help us understand.
Ключ от дорожного сундука. Блять, камень не может перейти.
Here is the isolated camp mentioned in the journal. Everything is in order, but the inhabitants are no longer there. Its position would have allowed them to escape the attack.
Isolated. Discreet. Perfect visibility. Great choice.
Дневник Альфры. Мы разбили лагерь в долине, который собираемся исследовать. На этом острове тесно существует огромное множество разных видов растений. Флора здесь настолько разнообразна, что мы просто обязаны найти средства от Малихера. Это растение с синими соцветиями и зубчатыми листьями — невероятная находка. На континенте ничего похожего не видела. Нужно провести опыты, чтобы выяснить, содержит ли оно активные вещества. Солдаты предупредили нас, что местным жителям нельзя доверять. Более того, в долине они особенно агрессивны. Это прискорбно. Островитянам должны быть известны свойства всех местных растений. Я чувствую, будто за нами следят. Скорее всего, для островитян наше появление не осталось незамеченным. Надеюсь, они понимают, что мы не собираемся с ними воевать, а просто изучаем местную растительность. С каждым днем мне становится все тревожнее. Они подбираются все ближе и ближе. И боюсь, рано или поздно нападут. У нас мало оружия. Мои коллеги вряд ли смогут за себя постоять. Похоже, те, кто за нами следят, приходят с болот, если ждать нападения с той стороны. Если ждать нападения... то с той стороны. Я пыталась предостеречь коллег, но они меня не слушают.
It is a journal. That of a woman from the expedition, a certain Afra. She speaks of their research and relates here that she felt watched. She feared an attack was brewing. I believe she was right. The writing stops mid-sentence.
A woman with sharp eyes. They might have saved her life.
We must follow the tracks of the attack. They will certainly lead us to our party of intrepid scientists.
She may be part of the Alliance, but I can't help feeling bad about what happened to this woman. According to what she wrote, her attackers must have come from the swamp. We should follow their tracks.
Look, those are islanders. They might be from the clan that attacked the Bridger camp. Let's get closer.
We won't let you take us. We will not kneel
Чё,
down
поехали?
without a fight.
Харизма, попытаться успокоить.
Wait. We have no desire to fight you. We only want to find the Lion Sages. They are not warriors, but their chief is ready to send an army of warriors to liberate them. If you help us bring them back, you will save your tribe from a costly battle in lives.
He speaks truly. Look, one of them is already eager to bring lion warriors back to us.
All we wanted was for them to tell us where our brothers are being kept.
What good is this if we must leave our camp behind? Very well. Stay away from the main entrance. Our guards will not welcome your arrival.
Pass around. There is a smaller entrance hidden there. The lions are kept in a home in ruins.
There must be a key somewhere to open the door, but I know not where it is kept.
40 минут. Что такое?
I'm not here to kill you.
Tell me then, what is your intended purpose?
We were sent
Просто-
to look for you.
Apologies, but allow me to express my doubts.
After this little swim, you could always try to pull the trigger.
Who sent you to find me?
We were not looking for you in particular, but the entire expedition. It was Governor Burham who asked us to find you. He's worried about you. You haven't been reporting.
You should have said that straight away. I must admit, I was hoping for a rescue of a different nature. Do you have a name?
Desarde. I'm from the congregation.
The new governor's cousin, who wears an islander face. I've heard stories about you. And them?
Братишки.
Bishop Petrus, if our young friend hadn't insisted on coming here, I would have gladly let you rot in this marsh.
Behold the charity of the enlightened, huh?
Kurt. Simply Kurt. I protect our excellency's back. And if one of your violent fits overcomes you, rescue party or not, I will kill you.
This is a rather odd group. I am Afra, a scholar from the Bridge Alliance. It is rather rare to find me rolling in the marshes. I study the fauna and flora of this isle. I should imagine you have many questions.
Спросите нападение.
We saw the site where you were attacked. What exactly happened?
We were taken by surprise. One moment everything was calm, and the next a war party of natives fell upon us. I had an uneasy feeling and kept myself apart, but when I heard my fellow scholars' shouts, I rushed over. Most of my companions are incapable of defending themselves, and we didn't have guards to protect us. One of them tried to flee, but they brought him down. We decided to give ourselves up to avoid a massacre.
О жизни в плену.
What has happened since the attack? How long have you been in these marshes?
We were taken prisoner and were brought to a village nearby. I was able to escape while the others were taken to a house that they use as a prison. I wanted to join the Bridge Alliance frontier post not far from here, but I wasn't able. So I doubled back to keep watch of the village from a distance. I have been hoping to find a way to free my companions, without any success so far.
Спросить об исследованиях.
Have you made progress in your search for a cure?
We were studying some quite remarkable plants when we were attacked. The region is rife in unknown and novel species. Some seem incredibly promising. The local shamans know all these plants and they use them in their remedies. If only we had been able to converse with them rather than getting ourselves captured.
Could you lead us to the village where your colleagues are being held prisoner?
Certainly. We are oh so very close. And I fully intend to participate in this rescue. I'm not one to sit around and twiddle thumbs.
Блин, не видно ни хрена. Че она встала?
This is where the natives took your colleagues?
Yes, it is here. These ruins are being used as a camp by the native raiders.
There are so many of them. Better to remain discreet.
I have spied on the camp and discovered where my colleagues are being held. They are being kept in the old walls of the main ruin. I would rather avoid unwarranted deaths. We should wait until nightfall and look around the camp to find a more discreet way to get inside.
Ну давай.
I fled as they were about to lock my companions inside a cell. We're going to need a key.
The prison guards will certainly have the key.
Locked.
Afra, is that you?
Come quickly. We don't have much time. Thank you for your help.
Do not thank me yet. We are still in a shipload of danger.
Что за хуйни?
May the enlightened protect me in this battle.
To my help! Death to the other!
Trakarid, mercy. You have defeated us. Spare us our lives.
If you spare them, they will only hunt us down until we are all dead.
No, you have our word. We have been bested. We will let you move on in peace.
How can we trust you? You attacked our camp when we were not even armed.
They are savages. They had us caged like beasts.
We only sought to learn where you have caged our people.
Are you really going to massacre these helpless men to answer the demands of those mischievous scientists?
Very well. Leave. And I hope you keep your word.
Thank you, Onol Manawi. I have spoken, and I will honor my words. Qua awalam seg.
Посмотрим. Репутация просила.
We are no longer in danger. Thank you for your help, Desade.
I must admit, the reasons for my being here are not entirely selfless. Your research to find a remedy against the Malachor could save many lives in our cities as well.
You speak like a true man of science. Cut to the point. Then you'll be thrilled. Your heroic efforts to save us from those savages could help. We've made a discovery.
Is that right? In that case, we need to speak with Governor Burham immediately.
Very well. I'll accompany you.
Let's be off.
Sir Desade, and our expedition. I thank you sincerely for having brought them back, Excellence. You are a providential man.
Please, sir. It was you who convinced me and my cousin of the capital importance of their research.
A research that has borne fruit, Your Excellency.
Truly? This is excellent news. You have found a plant with sufficient properties?
Not exactly. Know that during our captivity, an island woman visited the camp. The natives called her Tiena Hack Cadactus and treated her with utmost reverence. I heard them talk about a remedy, a universal remedy it seemed, that she had concocted.
Incredible. To think that what we have been searching for all these years could have been created by a savage. We must converse with this woman, and in haste.
We would be happy to assist in this matter, Governor, but I fear we would not be particularly well received.
If obtaining a remedy for the Malachor is at stake, I would be happy to take charge of the matter.
I would like to accompany you if the Governor gives me leave. I will not miss an occasion to meet the woman who elaborated such an important panacea.
Accorded. It is only right that one of our own participate on the expedition that will restore health to our continent.
Very well. We shall do all in our power to find that woman.
Ладно, отдохни, старичок.
Desade, I'd like to discuss something with you.
I'm listening.
My colleagues are only interested in the physiology of the islanders and consider everything else to be superstitions. However, if we want to understand how they are transforming, we need to take a look at their culture. The potions they drink, the dyes they use are surely the source of their physical changes.
Why not talk about it with Siora? It seems to me that she would be the best one to help you.
Siora is very suspicious of me. She will never betray the secrets of the Doneigada. But I was told about a place of ritual called Kurganau, decorated with carvings and offerings. By studying them, I hope to better understand what is possibly the greatest mystery of this century. But they call it a dangerous place and I cannot go alone. Will you accompany me?
Very well. Understanding these transformations will surely be useful.
Thank you, Desade. I knew I could count on you. Let's go.
Пиздила.
Hold on. Help is on its way. Drink a potion. You were lucky. Without our presence here.
Yes. Blessed be the earth that has brought you to us at this time.
Johan, I was touched. I am hurt.
Oh no! Morian!
These creatures are venomous. If their venom has come into contact with her blood, this young woman does not have long.
And we are too far from the village to seek help. How are we going to save her?
I know a potion that will erase the effects of the venom.
I have a vial of it in my bag. Hold on.
Thank you. Truly the best winds have brought you to us.
Here, drink this.
Don't worry. It'll heal you.
Morian, what do you feel?
I feel the pain leaving me.
She is saved. You have great wisdom. May the trees always bear fruits on your journey. You have saved Morian.
It was nothing. I'm glad I could help you.
You are different from other Renaigse. You know the potions. But what were you looking for here?
We came to study
Привет.
this place, the carvings in particular.
This is one of our places of ritual. A place of connection. What do you hope to learn from our carvings?
I seek to understand the mechanisms of your transformations. I think these carvings could help with this.
You seek the secrets of the Donegada. You should speak with Armal.
Yes, his name is Dunkas. He is also our Donegad, and his wisdom is boundless.
Here is someone who should be able to answer all your questions, Afra.
Let us go then. We will have time to discuss on the way.
I have so many questions about this place, about the rituals that take place here.
Bertir Tuma Donkas. These Renaigse saved my life.
What happened?
We were meditating at the sacred circle in Kerganau, and we were attacked. Morian was poisoned, and they gave her a potion.
Really? We are not yet used to the Renaigse doing something without expecting something in return. You should go and meditate now. I have to talk to them.
They are different from the others. Oh, I'm sure of it.
I hear your gratitude, Morian. It honors you. Now go. Leave us. Here you are again, Renaigse. Thank you for saving Morian. It was a kind gesture.
Please. We couldn't let her die without doing anything.
This feeling brings you honor. But what were you doing near our sacred circle in Kerganau?
It was me who led my friends there. I was hoping to study the circle to better understand your culture.
Lions always want the same thing. They covet our secrets to better steal our land, to better hurt our children.
Calm now. Perhaps this lioness is different from the others. Maybe we were wrong about them too.
I'm not trying to conquer your island, let alone hurt anyone. I just want to know.
A noble quest that could perhaps bring peace, but to which I cannot answer alone. I cannot reveal such secrets without seeking advice from the other Donegada. But in order to thank you for saving one of our daughters, stay with us tonight. Eat and celebrate life. Maybe by sharing this joyous moment, you will learn something.
We accept your invitation. Isn't that right, Desade?
Of course. Thank you for welcoming us, Dunkas.
I'm sorry. You look disappointed.
I did not expect your Donegad to reveal all its secrets to us, but I would have loved to learn more.
Perhaps you should be patient. It takes years to understand the mysteries of the Donegada. And since you are staying with us tonight, it will be an opportunity to continue learning.
That's what I hope.
Thank you for welcoming us tonight. We had a good time.
Yes. It was very enlightening.
We are glad that you stayed with us. We too have learned from you.
Your face brings with thoughts, Afra. Is something wrong?
It's nothing. Probably just tiredness.
We should all rest. It has been a long day. May your dreams be wonderful. Good night.
May the moon watch over your dreams.
Is something wrong?
Dunkus wasn't here tonight, yet he's the one who invited us to stay. I also saw one of the elders sneaking out of the village.
You think they're hiding something from us?
I don't know. But since they don't want to share their knowledge with us, let's try to follow them.
I hope you know what you're doing. We shouldn't get angry with Dunkus.
If we remain unseen, everything will be fine. Let's go before we lose their trail. Here they are. Let's try not to be detected. Why don't the creatures attack them?
I don't know. Are they guarding this place?
If they're trained to guard it, this must be a very important place.
Еще нельзя спуститься. Опять этот индюк.
Shh! I hear something.
We found them. Let's be as discreet as possible. They are below.
Get down or we'll be seen.
Sagnas Veldagamarossi, Etegedachre.
Leaves rustle and speak. Someone is listening to us. Whoever you are, come out of the shadows. Holding is futile.
Forgive us. We did not intend to interrupt you.
Approach, Renaigse. Why are you here?
We're sorry. We didn't mean to interrupt your conversation.
We need answers, so we followed your elders.
Well, since you absolutely want to learn, do as the apprentices do. Take a seat and be quiet. We are here to meditate, to hear the voice of the earth. Because the wind has changed.
Close to us, Arwechnis Diri. You were right. Johan is ready. Morian's trial has made her more sensitive.
She is his Minundanem, and he is hers. One cannot progress without the other. She will have to bring him to the Cave of Knowledge. This will be his last trial before creating the bond.
May their path be gentle and shielded. As for me, I hear the call ever louder, Dunkas.
And the day the call is loud enough, you will respond just like each of us. But it's not yet time for you to join in on Nilfrictenen. So, Afra, are you satisfied with what you saw?
It was informative. although it's not what I expected. Thank you, Dunkus. This meeting was strange. It almost seemed like they really heard voices in the wind.
Maybe it's true.
Some believe so strongly that they end up hearing or seeing what they hope for.
Have you learned what you wanted to?
What they said about these young people we helped out, about the fact they were ready to bind themselves. We have a unique opportunity of seeing a transformation with our very own eyes.
But we can't follow them wherever they go.
No, of course not. I must think on it. Come back and talk to me later. Desarde, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything for you?
В ее родном городе.
Where do you come from, Afra?
From Alima near Al-Sad. It is but a small town, but there is a particularly renowned observatory there. My parents wanted me to become an astronomer, but I chose the Earth over the sky. I was always more intrigued by life rather than distant stars. Plants and animals fascinated me as a child. For this reason, I left Alima quite early to study in the capital, and I seldom returned.
Ее прибытие на остров.
When did you arrive on the island?
A little more than 2 years ago. My master, Dr. Asili, suggested that I should follow him to Tifredi. He needed help cataloguing all the unknown plants and animals. How could I decline such an offer? There's so much to discover here.
Do you miss the continent, your city, your family, perhaps?
No. When I arrived on this island, I immediately knew that it was where I was supposed to be.
Ее отношение к незнакомцам.
Do you often hold strangers at gunpoint?
Only when I'm being tracked. What about you? Do you often track young ladies?
Ну, сказать, что всему виной ее красота.
Only when they're attractive. Your charm guided us to you.
Really? And how would you have known how I looked? I did not expect you to be so inane, Desarde. Anything else?
В том моменте у костра.
What did you think about that moment next to the campfire with the elders of Vigigador?
It was strange and a bit frustrating, to be honest. What about you? How did you feel?
Говорить о двух молодых людях.
I was touched by the way the elders talked about those young people, about their bond. Were you not?
It's true. It seemed as if they thought that their bond would allow them to acquire more knowledge. In my culture, it is the other way around. We are told that romantic feelings are nothing but a distraction.
And, taking into consideration what we've learned, what do you think now?
I still have a lot to learn. I'm glad you were there to help me understand this. Perhaps those elders are right. Perhaps some bonds allow you to acquire more knowledge together. Anything else?
О ее коллегах.
Did you have any fellow students?
Of course. We were but a small group working with Dr. Asili, but we were encouraged not to get too close to each other. It was more of a competition. Why? What's on your mind?
Делилась ли она знаниями с другими?
Did you not share your knowledge with the others?
Not really. And to be honest, I don't even know if they would have listened to me back then. You would not believe how much competition there is in the universities of Al-Sad.
I think it's a pity. It seems to me that ideas progress faster when they're shared.
That is true, but I did not know it back then. I only discovered it thanks to you. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Так, новое задание.
Desarde, I'm happy to see you. I can't wait to find this famous cave of knowledge and what it contains. I could probably go alone, but just think about what you could learn, and not only about yourself. Don't you want to understand where your face markings come from?
Пойди с Альфрой.
You're right, Afra. I will accompany you.
Thank you, Desade. Let's return to Duncas's village. Our new friends will surely be able to tell us more about this cave.
Обратно взять.